Welcome back to the Safety Roadmap Podcast. Today, we'll be touching on a topic that's often brought up by those looking to secure their workplace from hazards and care about health and safety.
Ever find yourself staring down a stubborn piece of toast in the toaster, fork in hand?
Oh.
Thinking, I can totally outsmart this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
I've been there.
But this deep dive into electrical safety, working from these Arabic job site safety materials, reminded me, electricity plays for keeps.
It does. It does. It's a healthy dose of respect we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
We often overlook the basics, like what is electricity even?
Yeah, what is that? What are we even talking about here?
Right.
What is the definition?
So as a refresher, it's all about the flow of electrons.
Okay.
You can picture it like water flowing through a pipe.
Okay.
A simple analogy.
Yeah.
But powerful, especially when we start talking about why this flow can be dangerous.
Okay, so why is that flow dangerous? It's not like we see like rogue electrons like zapping around.
Right. Because electricity is always hunting for the fastest route to the ground.
Mm.
And if you happen to be that route, well, let's just say our bodies are surprisingly good conductors.
So you're saying my late night toast extraction technique is basically inviting danger.
Let's just say there's a reason those safety warnings exist. And it's not just about avoiding a jolt either. These materials emphasize that even seemingly low voltage can be risky.
Wait, really? I thought as long as it wasn't like high voltage, the risk was minimal.
It's not just about the voltage, it's the amperage that delivers the real punch. It's like the difference between a garden hose and a fire hose.
Okay.
Both might be carrying water, but the sheer volume and force of the fire hose is what really makes the difference.
Okay.
So even a small amount of current can be dangerous, depending on where it enters the body and the path it takes.
So it's like it's not just about the size of the wave, it's about what it hits on the way in.
Exactly. That's a good way to put it.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a seriously sobering thought. So what are some of the like common hazards that these materials highlight? I'm guessing my toaster mishaps top the list.
While your toaster adventures sound terrifying, these materials, they focus more on workplace hazards.
Right.
And one that really stood out to me was overloaded outlets.
Okay.
They even included this visual, like an outlet with, I don't know, more plugs than a phone operator from the 1950s.
Okay. Guilty as charged. I've definitely been guilty of that one. But isn't that more of a fire hazard than a shock risk?
It's a bit of both, right? So overloading an outlet, it can overheat the wiring,
Right.
which creates a fire risk, but it can also damage your appliances and then increase that risk of electrical shock.
Okay.
So imagine that water pipe analogy again.
Okay.
Too much pressure,
Yeah.
and boom, the pipe bursts.
Right. So it's like pushing a system beyond its limits. Recipe for disaster.
Exactly.
What else did the materials flag as like common hazards?
It sounds obvious, but the materials really emphasized inspecting tools and equipment,
Okay.
and not just like the frayed core check we're talking about, cracks in insulation, damaged plugs, the whole shebang.
Yeah. Makes sense. It's easy to overlook that kind of small stuff when you're like focused on just getting the job done.
Right.
But those seemingly minor issues can turn dangerous quickly.
Exactly. A damaged tool, that can become a direct pathway for electricity to flow where it shouldn't, right through you.
Okay. Note to self-prioritize those tool inspections. What about environmental factors? Those always seem to like make things more complicated.
Always. Classic example, someone attempting electrical work while standing in water.
Yeah.
Not a good look.
No. Water and electricity, it's like oil and water, right? They don't mix.
Right.
But why exactly is wet skin so dangerous?
Well, remember how we were talking about the human body being a good conductor of electricity?
Yeah.
Well, water's an even better conductor.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So wet skin dramatically lowers your body's resistance,
Okay.
creating an express lane for that current to flow right through you.
It's like, you know how those materials compare electricity to water flowing through a pipe?
Right.
Wet skin is like swapping a narrow pipe for a fire hose. Suddenly, way more electricity can surge through, even at a lower voltage.
Exactly. And the longer that contact, the more potential for serious injury.
Okay. Got it. Water and electricity, bad combination. Anything else I should be, like, wary of on the job site?
Yeah, they highlighted the dangers of working at heights near power lines.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Even included this illustration of someone on a metal ladder. Not exactly the picture of workplace safety.
Right. I'm guessing leaning a metal ladder against a live power line is a recipe for disaster.
Probably not a good idea.
But even if you're not, like, directly touching the line, isn't there a risk?
Oh, yeah, definitely. People often underestimate the distance electricity can arc.
Oh, wow.
So you don't have to be in direct contact to become a conduit.
Okay.
That's why maintaining a safe distance is crucial.
Okay. So we've covered overloaded outlets, damaged tools, water hazards, and power lines. Let's say the worst happens and someone gets shocked. What do we do?
This is where knowing first aid can be a literal lifesaver.
Right.
Yeah.
The first thing that comes to mind is moving the person away from the source.
Not so fast.
Okay.
The most important thing is to ensure your own safety first.
Right.
Never try to move or touch someone who's still in contact with an electrical source. You could become the next victim.
Yikes, that's right. So disconnecting the power is the priority. But what if you can't do that immediately?
If disconnection isn't possible, use a non-conductive object, a broom handle, a dry piece of wood, to move the victim away from the source.
Okay, that makes sense. It's like one of those things you don't think about until you're in that situation.
Right.
But what about actually treating an electrical burn? Aren't they different from, say, a thermal burn?
Absolutely. The materials showed some pretty graphic pictures of electrical burns.
Yeah.
And what's really unsettling is how deceptive they can be.
So those burns, they can look minor on the surface,
Yeah.
but actually be hiding serious damage underneath.
Exactly. You might see a small entry and exit wound where the electricity entered and left the body.
Okay.
But the current could have traveled along bones, muscles, nerves, even internal organs.
Oh, wow.
So it's crucial to call for professional help immediately.
Yeah.
Even if the person seems okay, that internal damage might not be immediately apparent.
Right. Definitely not something you want to take a wait-and-see approach with.
Right. Not a good idea.
So out for my days as a DIY electrician.
I think we can all agree some jobs are best left to the professionals.
Right.
For
Yeah.
sure. But speaking of professionals, these materials emphasize something else that's really crucial. Knowing the location of the main power disconnect for your work area.
Oh, right. Yeah, that makes sense. In an emergency, every second counts.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It should be as automatic as knowing where the fire extinguisher is.
Right.
And speaking of fire drills, having a plan for an electrical emergency is just as critical.
Okay, so know where the power disconnect is, have a plan. What else can we do to, I guess, minimize harm if an accident does happen?
Well, one thing the materials highlighted was the distinction between rescuing someone and providing first aid. So rescuing is about getting them away from that electrical source safely. That's where those non-conductive objects come in.
Right.
First aid is what you do after they're free from contact.
Right. Okay, so step 1, remove the source of danger.
Right.
Step 2, assess for burns and other injuries.
Exactly.
It's free.
Call for help.
Right.
Always better to err on the side of caution. Now, shifting gears a little bit, from reaction to prevention.
Okay.
These materials were big on specific tools and techniques.
Yeah, because knowing is only half the battle, right? It's about putting that knowledge into practice.
Exactly.
So let's talk tools.
All right. First up, insulated tools.
Okay.
And we're not just talking gloves here.
Right.
The materials showed insulated screwdrivers, pliers, even voltage detectors.
Wow.
It's about adding that layer of protection between you and the current.
Yeah, a buffer zone, just in case.
Exactly. And since minimizing risk is the name of the game, let's circle back to lockout procedures.
Oh, right. Because that's not just a nice to have. It's essential before any work on electrical equipment.
It is. Think of it like putting your car keys in a lockbox while you're working under the hood.
Okay.
It's a foolproof system to ensure no one accidentally starts the engine while you're vulnerable.
Right. Yeah, it's like a safety net for those oops moments we all have.
Exactly. And the materials were very clear. Lockout, tagout isn't about bureaucracy. It's about fostering that culture of safety where everyone shares the responsibility for preventing accidents.
Because it's always better to prevent an accident than to react to one.
Always.
Yeah.
1,000,000 times over.
Right.
And regular inspections, that's another crucial part of that prevention equation.
Yeah, for sure.
It's easy to fall into that looks fine routine, but even small issues like a loose connection or a slightly frayed cord, those can escalate quickly if they're left unchecked.
So understand the basics of electricity.
Yes,
Respect its power.
for sure.
Use the right tools. Follow those safety procedures.
All of them.
And stay vigilant.
Stay aware.
Yeah.
It sounds like you've been taking notes.
I have.
I'm impressed.
This deep dive definitely highlighted that for me.
Good.
And it actually got me thinking, with technology constantly evolving,
Right.
are there new electrical hazards we should be aware of?
Yeah.
Especially as our workplaces become increasingly digital.
It's a good question.
It's something to ponder, right?
An excellent question.
Yeah.
And one I think we'll continue to grapple with as technology advances. But until next time, stay curious and stay safe.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks for sticking with us until the end of this episode. We really appreciate you taking the time to listen and engage with our content. If you found value in what you heard today, please don't forget to hit that like button. It helps us reach more people and lets us know we're on the right track. And if you haven't already, make sure to follow our channel so you never miss an upcoming episode. We've got some great topics lined up that you won't want to miss. Lastly, if you know someone who could benefit from this information, why not share the video with them? Spread the knowledge and help your colleagues stay informed. Thanks again for tuning in, and we'll catch you in the next episode.